I'm at Green Park Station. I'm going to do the St. James's Walk. Just give you a panoramic view of where I am. In front is the Ritz Hotel, and what we'll be doing, we'll be going straight in front, heading towards St. James Street. So this is the St. James's Walk, so we just carry on straight in front. This is the Wolseley in front of me. We just carry on. When you reach this point along Piccadilly, you turn right into St. James's. And that building in front is white. So, as I said, the building in front here is white. Now its members include David Cameron, and is very popular with MI6, all the senior management. It also was the club of Ian Fleming, the James Bond novelist. But what we're going to do, we're going to head down St. James, and I'm going to concentrate on the right hand side first of St. James. In front is Brooks Club. Now you can't just walk into these clubs and fill in their application form. You've got to be introduced. So it's who you know, it's not what you know. Facing Brooks across the road is Boodles. Now this is also another club, an establishment. Ian Fleming joined here. He gave up rights and joined here. Now junior members of MI6 belong here. And it was based in Ian Fleming's book. It was called Blades. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to cross over by Boodles there. I'm going to turn down by Bluebell Yard. As I said, we'll be turning here into Bluebell Yard. I'll just give you a quick view of where I am. So we'll just go through the arch through into Bluebell Yard. I'm in Bluebell Yard, and these are the original cottages going back to the 17th century of the coachmen, etc. We'll be heading back into St. James's, so I'll just give you a quick view of where I am. When you reach this point in St. James's, we're going to turn right into St. James's Place. We're turning right here by the art gallery. As I said, we're going to go up here St. James's Place. We just carry on straight. Okay, I'm just giving you a view where I've come from, St. James's Place. Now that building in front, Portland Stone, that is Spencer House, the family home of the Spencer family, Diane, Princess Di. Now, I believe Spencer House is open on Sundays, but check the website. Now normally we'd be able to go straight ahead through into Green Park and down by Buckingham Palace, but unfortunately we've just got to head back where we came from, back onto St. James's. So we just backtrack onto St. James's. Well, I've just come back from St. James's Place. I'm back on St. James's, and beside William Evans, the clothes shop, and the next building beside it is the Carlton Club, which is a Tory office or club. But we'll be just carrying on straight down in front. Building in front is the Carlton Club, associated with the Tory party, and Margaret Thatcher, who was the first woman allowed in there. In front is St. James's Palace, built by Henry VIII, and was occupied by the royals up till Queen Victoria's time, when she moved to Buckingham Palace. And what we're going to do, we're just going to carry on straight and turn to my right into Marlborough Road. So that's where I've just come from, and as I said, we're going to go and turn down Fair, Marlborough Road, beside the Queen's Chapel and St. James's Palace. Now the building in front is the Queen's Chapel. It was built by James I for his son Charles I when he married Henrietta Marie. Now beside it is a plaque by Alfred Gilbert to Queen Alexander, who was married to Edward VII. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to head back up St. James's, and we're going to be past Berry Brothers. I'm standing outside Berry Brothers, famous for wine and all that, but it's more famous for its rain scales, because going back a couple of hundred years, you had all the famous people like the Duke of Wellington, Beau Brummel, etc. come in here and weigh themselves. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down Pickering Place here, where Jules used to be before. Now, Pickering Place is the smallest square in London and is reputed to have duels and fights here going back in the 17th century. We continue up St. James's, we're heading towards King Street, which is on our right. Loft and Coda hatters are famous for providing hats for all the famous people. And they're the ones who came up or designed the bowler hat, or as they call it, the coat hat. Anyway, we just continue straight in front. In front is Lob, the shoemakers, and they've made shoes from Dean Martin to Frank Sinatra for everyone. Just give you a quick view of where I've come from, Berry Brothers, Lobs. And what we're going to do is just continue. I'm going to turn right by King Street. I've just passed Lobs. I'm looking across the road, we've got the Carlton Club, which we've been before. And what we're going to do now, we're going to turn right here into King Street, heading towards Christies, the auctioneers. In front is Christies, the auctioneers. Well worth a visit, Monday to Friday. Ring up or check their website, because they have some great exhibits there before the auctions. What we're going to do is just going to carry along King Street, heading towards St. James's Square, which is in front. Facing Christies is the Golden Lion Public House, and it's near here that the St. James's Theatre was. It's demolished now, and that's where Oscar Wilde had most of his plays premiered. We just continue straight along till we get to St. James's Square. I'm still on King Street. Now the building in front is where Napoleon III stayed while he was in exile, and it's the oldest blue pack in London. But anyway, we just carry on straight, and in front is St. James's Square, and we're going to be bearing to our left by the London Library. We're in front of St. James's Square. As I said, we're going to be turning to our left here. But St. James's Square is one of the most prestigious squares in London. In the centre of St. James's Square Gardens is a statue of William III on his horse Sorrel. Now it was here on the 21st of June 1815 that where Prince Regent was dining when Major Percy Henry came bloodstained from the battlefield and presented the Prince Regent, George IV, later to be George IV, with the victory flags, or the flags of the French armies, from the battlefield. We just continue on towards the London Library, which is there on the corner. Now, number 14 St. James's Square is the London Library, the biggest independent London library in the world. If you want to join the library, every last Saturday in the month they have a free tour from 11 AM and they give you the opportunity to join. Just give you a view of where I am. That's where I came from. I just turned from King Street. Now beside the In and Out Club, or the Mary Astor House, the first female MP in this country, is what was the Libyan embassy, and this is where PC Yvonne Fletcher was gunned down in '84. Facing the Libyan embassy is a memorial to Yvonne Fletcher, unveiled by Margaret Thatcher in '85, a reminder of the bravery of our police force. From here we just continue round. We're heading towards Norfolk Coast now. Now on the southeast corner of St. James's Square is Norfolk Coast. Now from Norfolk Coast we're going to retrace our steps and we're going to head back up Duke Street and we're heading towards Mason's Yard. Just give you a view of where I am. I've just come back from Norfolk Coast, and as I said, we're going to turn up by the Duke of York Street here. We're heading towards Mason's Yard, where it was swinging in the 60s. The building in front there's a church, that's St. James's Church. Just give you a quick view of where I am. When you get to this point on the Duke of York Street, we're going to turn here on my left into Ormond Yard. But before that, I'm going to do a detour. I'm going to go straight ahead into Jermyn Street. And we're going to go into St. James's Church, and then we'll come back here. So we'll just have a slight detour. We'll be coming back here to Ormond Yard, but we're going to St. James's Church first. I'm on Jermyn Street now, the fashionable side of St. James's. In front is St. James's Church, designed by Christopher Wren. This is the only surviving church of his in West London. All his other churches are basically in the city. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through the church into Piccadilly. Okay, I'll be going through that doorway there, through St. James's Parish Church. William Blake, the poet, was baptized in this church in 1757. Now on the Piccadilly side of St. James's Church, there's always stalls and markets. Okay, we'll be heading back. I've just come out from the St. James's Church, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn right along Jermyn Street first before we head back down to Duke of York Street, and I'm heading towards Florist, the perfumeries. Now the reason I stop at Florist is that this place has been here for over 300 years and has supplied all the famous people with perfumes, from Florence Nightingale to the Duke of Wellington, even to James Bond. Now, a few doors up from Floss is where Sir Isaac Newton-John used to stay or live. The building itself is demolished. There's a plaque there now. I'll just give you a view. There's Floss over there. And what we're going to do, we're going to head back and we're going to turn down Duke of York Street and head into Ormond Yard, heading towards Mason's Yard, where the swinging 60s took place. Okay, I've just returned from Jermyn Street, St. James's Church and Floss. And as I said, we're going to turn up here into Ormond Yard, heading towards Mason's Yard, heading to where the swinging 60s really swung. So we're going to turn right there. So we just turn down here and just carry on straight. When you reach this point, just continue straight round by your left. Just follow the passageway round. I've just come through the passageway, and in front you've got the white cube gallery, and we're in Mason's Yard. Now the building beside me, I'll show you now. We're in front here at number 13, used to be or is, Scotch of St. James's. And this is where the Rolling Stones, Jimi Hendrix, the Beatles, you name it, the whole lot, spent their time in the 60s, smoking and, well, playing music, everything. Okay, we're going to continue round Mason Square, and we're going to come to the Indica galleries. So what we'll do, we'll just continue in front. Now I'm standing beside the Chequers Public House, and in front, straight in front, is Scotch of St. James, which you've already seen. Now the White Cube Gallery was opened by J. Joplin. It was to promote young British artists. But the gallery, which was here in the 60s, which is straight in front, was the Indica Gallery. Now it's here in the 60s, this building in front, with the bluish door, was called the Indica Galleries. It was opened by Paul Asher, brother of Jane Asher, who was going out with Paul McCartney at the time. And it's here that John Lennon met Yoko Ono for the first time when she was having an exhibition here. Now, right, from here we're going to bear to our right and we're going to head out into Duke Street. So we'll just go under that arch there. At the end of Mason's Yard, all we're going to do is turn right up Duke Street. Okay, this is Chequers, the same Chequers which faces onto Mason's Yard. But anyway, we just continue and we'll be turning left into Jermyn Street. Okay, that's where I've just come from, Duke Street. I'll just give you a quick view. This is Jermyn Street. We've been on here before looking at St. James's. And as I said, we're just going to turn round here. And we're going to come out by St. James's again, so we just continue straight in front. Now the statue here facing Piccadilly Arcade is Beau Brummell. But he was a local around here. He lived in Chesterfield Street. He was a close friend of the Prince Regent until he called him he was a fat boy. But other than that, he'd gambled at whites. He was your original dandy. I'll just give you a quick view of where I am and what a view of Beau Brummell's looking at. This is the Piccadilly Arcade, which takes you on to Piccadilly in front. Now at the end of Jermyn Street, we are back on St. James's, and back where waits the club, the Gentlemen's Club is. And in front is Piccadilly, and to my left is Green Park where we started, and if you continue along Piccadilly on, you come to Piccadilly Circus. Right, this is the end of the St. James's Walk. I hope you enjoyed it.